Hey, um, greetings. Um, I wanted this to be the first day I pulled out a tarot card. I've had these tarot cards in front of me for a while now, and yesterday or 2 days ago, one dropped off the top of the deck onto the floor and has been there since. So hopefully today I can reveal what card is on the floor. I can say I personally don't know what it is, and the aim is just to kind of give a. Oh, there is a perfect word, but it means like a synopsis or like a just almost like a, a prospecting into. So as I was saying in one of my recordings, prospecting is kind of something that like miners do. So if you want to like mine like a mineral or an ore, you will first prospect the stone. You will like inspect it. You will I don't know what you do to prospect, but you will discover what the stone is and what it holds. Um, so that's kind of the key, and that's kind of the vibe. Um, I won't do that now. I'm just hoping that the mic is actually working, picking up everything now. I don't know. Is the mic is kind of over here. Um, I just woke up. Uh, Last night was um, a Zoom meeting between like friends from like America mainly. One of my friends invited me. Basically, it was his birthday. Um, this is all very relevant because it took me into a place of like a cerebral place. Um, Not only because I felt like there were a bunch of minds like really working, but it does that, I think, when you're online and you're just in this kind of like a makeshift group conversation, or like it's just minds talking. Basically, it's not it's there's very little physical contact, um, if at all. So it's very much a mental place, a mental space, and just ideas back and forth. And I think we're going into the Aries month, or the Aries season, or we're coming out of the Pisces season. Um, and I remember speaking about, never mind, but prospecting was a theme um, by the end of the March. I think there was a vibe of like spring and rock and I think reaping or something like that. I'm not sure if you reap in spring, but there was a vibe of like a reaping thing. But since then, I've kind of thought, okay, maybe spring is more for sowing actually than reaping. Maybe you reap in autumn or something, because I think that's when the fruit falls. Um, but the fruit grows throughout the summer. So this time of our lives, perhaps um, is for a sowing of a sorts, but it just doesn't feel like a sowing time specifically. It feels like a definitely a reflective, introspective, but producing kind of time. It's like a producing vibe. So I don't know if that falls under reaping or sowing, but producing basically. The card is called Dominion. It's governed by Mars, the planet Mars, um, and uh, Aries. So I'm going to show you. Um, but the card is also governed by the number two. So it's two of the fire, the ones, So it's Mars in Aries. So Mars is very much a domineering action sort of a sign, and Aries as a constellation is a fire sign. Um, so it's a fiery sign, um, represented by the ram. I'm aware that my camera or my mic could just cut off at any time, basically. So I'm being yeah. Aries, fiery sign. It's like the leader. So the ram is kind of has got the horns basically about it. It's like it's very much about the charge, about like ramming forward, in a war sense almost. You can imagine the actual like battering ram, the ram that batters, but I'm not sure which came first, the battering ram or the ram, the animal, which one was named first. But either way, both kind of do the same. If you remember the rams that kind of run into each other's heads, like collide into each other's heads. Yeah, I think if I do too much action, then the camera starts to like take on too much like information, and then it like freezes basically. Um, which is metaphorical as well. Um, I won't say anything about the number two, but yeah, Mars, uh, is the god of war, um, represented by the masculine symbol for masculinity. Um, it's a very doing vibe. This card, like but you've also got like these symbols that look like they would come from like either Mesopotamia, or they seem to have like earrings that look almost like small snakes or worms, but the crown of the symbol is like of the symbols are like, so it looks like two daggers basically, and at the top of the daggers, the head of the daggers is like horses facing in either direction, diagonally almost. So, but it forms a kind of like almost like a cross, uh, like a fiery cross almost. Um, um, I hope you can see that. I really, really hope you can see that. Yeah, it's just a bit bright, isn't it? I don't want to move it any closer to the camera. Um, yeah. So good luck.